Welcome back to 5-Minute Quirky Characters, and today I'm going to show you how to make this one. Now this is a little bit different in that it's in tag form, but let me show you what you're going to need to make this. As before, you're going to need a large pair of scissors for the rough cuts and a small pair of scissors that are sharp for the detail work. You're going to need a glue stick, and then if you want to just put a little bit of ink around your edges, which I like to do, particularly on tags, you'll need, I use distress ink, this is Vintage Photo, and something to apply it with. And then if you're going to make this into a tag, you're going to want a ring, and I wouldn't go any smaller than this. This is about a 1-inch ring, and a piece of cardstock. A piece of white cardstock, whatever you choose, it will be the back, or could be the background of this. So if there is a pattern paper that you like that's a little heavier in weight, cardstock weight, go ahead and use that. And I'll show you why. So the idea behind this is I have a new love for a renewed love, I guess I should say, for reading. And so I was trying to think of a way. I wanted to combine a bookmark with something to do with the book. Now, the bookmark doesn't have to be anything about the book. But what I did do is on the back of this, I put the date I read the book, the title, the author, and thoughts. And then what I thought I'd do is I'd make a new bookmark for every book that I read, and I will put it on this ring. It's a way to do my artwork as well as remember what the story was. And hopefully by the end of the year I have a nice little stack of these on a ring, and I think it's going to work out great. So let me show you how to make this. There are 2 collage sheets associated with this. I did it 2 different ways for you besides letter and A4. So this one, as you can see, has these triangles coming off the eyes, and they are kind of a pain to put on. So I dropped those directly onto this image, and you don't have to worry about cutting them out. And I wasn't sure if everybody was going to like that. So I also made another sheet that basically doesn't have them under the eyes, and I've included them if in fact you want to put them on later. So it's your choice. And it's clearly marked in the description, completed eyes, or just I'll be there. So let me show you about the tag. So what I would do is when I make this tag, you can see that it's right here, and I would do a rough cut. So you have about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch all the way around. It will make things easy for you when you go to put it on your sheet. So you just use your glue stick, flip it over, and just put your glue on it. And if you have, if you extend past that, it doesn't matter. So just do it like that. And make sure you have enough glue on there. I probably don't have enough. And just lay this down on either your pattern paper or your white cardstock. And just make sure that it's secure. Now you can just see on the back here is where you would create your piece. Now you can just cut it out with a pair of scissors, or I like to use a rotary cutter because it gives you a nice clean line. So if you have one of those and you know how to use it, then go ahead and drag that out. And if you don't, just go ahead and use a pair of scissors. But this is from my old quilting days, and I use this a lot because I really like the way it gives me the edge. And then there's really not too much you're going to have to do to put this piece together. Most of it is already done. I did try and put glitter right here, and there is glitter on this piece. And I was hoping that the scanner would pick it up, but it didn't. So if you want to spice yours up a little bit, you can add a little bit of glitter, and it'll look great. Okay, so that's it. And then what I did for my hole is I have a 1/2 inch punch, And I just went ahead and punched it, just like that. You don't have to have one that big. You can have it something smaller. But when you have a ring that's the size that I showed you, it makes it easier so that it'll flow freely. And then all I would do from here is take my distress ink and go around the edges, if that's what you want to do. And then on this side, if you want to add pattern paper, you can certainly do it. If you had the printed cardstock, then you've already got your image. And then you just need to cut out your image. So this is pretty simple. It looks like it's really difficult, but it isn't. And you don't even really have to do much wiggling on this to get a ruffled edge like I showed you in the last video. So you can see that this is made for a straight edge. So I just put it on the edge of the card, making sure that I clear that hole. So you want to leave enough. So you will cut this off, and then you could leave it on, but I ended up cutting off just this little bit. You can see here where it hung over. I just ended up cutting that off, as you can see there. You glue her down, and then if there's anything doodling you want to add, I had this little yes that I put right there. And that's it. It's so simple. You could, use it in your regular journal if you like. But I thought I would design her specifically for this tag. So I hope you like it. The link for this tag, or the collage sheet, is in the description box below. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And one thing I wanted to remind you is when you go to print this, no matter if you're using A4 or if you're going to be using the letter size, be sure to download it. Because if you try and print from the Google Drive, it will make it a half sheet. So if you want the full image, be sure to download it, then print it. And you can use this, when you go to print, you can size this to any size that you want. So you can make it smaller if you'd like. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.